Hey everyone, I just want to get on here today to talk a little bit about how we as spiritual beings are multifaceted and multidimensional. Now, a lot of people, understand that we live on basically three different planes at the same time. This is explained from a lot of people and a lot of different perspectives. We as spiritual beings, have this mental experience as we are, journeying through this physical plane. But as spiritual beings, we are multifaceted and multidimensional. We are moving through the different dimensions of the mind, the different dimensions of this reality, at all times. Because, when we say, the frequency and the vibration that we are putting out, how it attracts different things and how, that affects what we are doing, well, that is on a different dimension. That is on a different, say a facet of life. So you have to understand that we have all these different things within us. And I say multifaceted, like when you think about, a diamond or a crystal or anything, how it has the different faces, it has the different sides, it has the different dimensions. You see that? The different dimensions. It has different areas of itself, and you have those different areas inside yourself as well. So you have to take the time to actually think about, okay, what are my different dimensions? What are these different facets that I am involved in, that I am looking at, that I am facing toward, that I am seeing, that I am putting out? And then you can start to explore more of what is inside of you and how you can use that in order to fuel your growth and fuel yourself on this journey that we call life. Because once you start realizing that you are a multifaceted, multidimensional being, then you start realizing that, hey, there's more to this reality than, just what your physical eyes see. This physical dimension that we are in has a lot of different rules and different stuff that we are, having to navigate through. But, the spiritual and mental also has those things. So there are different ways that you can go about going through these. And we have to realize that, hey, as we're going through this experience, we're going to see all these different things, and maybe not just see them, we're going to experience them, because we're experiencing all these at the same time. Because what happens on the spiritual affects the mental, what happens on the mental affects the physical. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little tongue tied here because I'm really passionate about this. So I want people to realize that you have the ability, to basically, travel through these different dimensions, travel through these different facets of life and understand them. Because when you do that, you're understanding yourself. Because you being a multidimensional being, you have these different facets and these different dimensions within yourself. So you have to be able to explore them and see, exactly how they are affecting your journey here. The most simple explanation of, the different dimensions within yourself is you can even look at your chakras. Those are, different dimensions of ourselves, different facets of ourselves, starting from the root all the way up to the crown. That's the most basic, people are saying, those seven chakras. So just there, we have seven different dimensions, seven different facets of ourselves, seven different ways that we express ourselves and that how we experience this journey that we are on. So you can't just look at it from one dimension, one facet, one aspect. You have to be able to incorporate all these different aspects into your life in order to make the most of it. Because once you start realizing that you have these different parts of yourself and that you can actually, start looking into those things, then you'll start to see, okay, how can I work on this? How can I make it so where this is actually fueling me for my truest purpose, my highest purpose? What I was meant to do, what am I meant to be here? Because a lot of people want to try to figure out what's the purpose of their life and, what are they meant to do? Well, the only way you're going to be able to do that is to actually, go through these different dimensions, go through these different facets and really learn and experience, what you have going on, and then take that in and really go within and learn from it. Because if you're not willing to see these different aspects of yourself, and you want to just focus on one side, I'm going to use the example as you just want to focus on the light side, or you just want to focus on the dark side, then you're missing out on different things. Because all this is a part of ourselves. We have all these different facets, all these different dimensions within ourselves, so we have to be able to navigate them. And if you cannot navigate these different facets of your life, these different facets of your spiritual being, then you're not going to be able to see the full picture. You're not going to be able to get all those answers that you're looking for, because nobody can find those answers except yourself. But you have to be able and willing to go through that. Because this is a journey like anything else. We walk step by step on it. We have to go through the different dimensions. We have to go through these different facets in order to find, the destination, where we are going, what we are meant to be doing. Now, this journey is going to be different for every person. These different facets of each other are going to be different. So don't look at it as, okay, I see that this person is doing this, this, and this, X, Y, and Z, A, B, C, however you want to put it. This person is doing that, but I'm not doing that. It's like, well, that's what they're doing. Look at what you're doing. See where your facets are. What are the dimensions that you're actually working through? Because just because that person is going through that right now doesn't mean that, that you're not going through something else. You have to be able to distinguish that, hey, they have their experience over there. You have your experience here. So go through that and really internalize that in order to realize that you, as a spiritual being, have to come to terms with being a multidimensional being a multifaceted being. Because once you do, then you can start to actually explore yourself. Because in this journey, it's about exploring ourselves to the point where we are learning and understanding ourselves, and we truly know who we are, what we are, and why we are. But like any journey, it takes time. Like any journey, there's steps to take. Like any journey, there's a trail basically to be walked. There's a path that we are supposed to be following. But it's up to you to decide what that path is. It's up to you to see, what are the different branches of this path. Again, different facets of the journey, different facets of the path. Say different branches that we can walk off on, different trails that we can blaze, different rivers that we can swim through, different rivers that we can, get on our boats and sail down. So just take some time and really think about it, and not just think about it. Go within, do that inner search, do that work. Because once you do, you'll start to find out that there's so much more about yourself that maybe you, not necessarily that you didn't know, but that you weren't truly aware of, that you weren't really paying attention to. And sometimes it's those smallest of things, those smallest of facets, the smallest of dimensions of ourselves that we need to work on in order to expand our consciousness, to expand our energy, to expand our frequency of vibration, and to raise it to where we want to be, or lower it to where we want to be, however you want to do it. Because it's not just about raising your vibration, lowering your vibration, however you want to put it. It's because we are multifaceted and multidimensional. Sometimes we have to raise our frequency. Sometimes we have to lower our frequency. It depends on what we're trying to do. It depends on where we are trying to go, where we are traveling to. What are we doing? What is our purpose? So, just take some time and think about these things, and hey, you might find some interesting things out.